With the top 10 spot in your list, as always, it's the XPR and the SKS. Unlike for the last 10 months, this time we don't have the SVD, which just got nerfed. First, we have the XPR. It can one-shot an enemy at the chest up to about 35 meters, and infinitely as long as you hit your target at the head. It doesn't perform as well as the SVD pre-nerf when it comes to holding lanes, but you can trust it if you play aggressive when sniping, having the best mobility among all snipers and a really fast fire rate. You can use the SKS if you want to use something that looks like a classic weapon. It's a 2-shot kill as long as you hit the enemy on the upper body, but you can one-tap on the head at all ranges. SKS might be the best gun in the game right now if you can use it correctly. Here are the recommended builds for the XPR and the SKS. Last season at this spot we had the M13, but the Grau that got released last season is definitely a better option than the M13. To be exact, it does the exact same thing as the M13, which is being an easy to use weapon with a super large mag, but the Grau, instead of being a 5-shot kill weapon, is a 4-shot kill weapon with a slightly slower fire rate, which makes the time to kill faster at most ranges. It has 20 meters of first range and then 42 meters of 5-shot kill range, which is good enough for a flex AR like this. If you want more details on the Grau, I can only recommend you to watch the Grau analysis we did in the last season. You can use this recommended Gunsmith build. In terms of stats, they're pretty much the same. LK24 and KN44 are best used for very long range playstyle. If you want to be more versatile, go with the KN44 because of its better general mobility. And if you want to play longer ranges, pick up the LK24. It has a slightly easier to control recoil pattern, better BSA, and less flinch. Here are the Gunsmith builds for the LK24 and KN44. Our second noob-friendly gun on this list, PP19 Bison. Same as the Grau, it has no recoil, low flinch, big mag, good for everything. But the Bison does everything slightly better. But keep in mind, for it to be really effective, you have to not hit the leg once, because the leg multiplier being 0.8, you'll end up with a longer time to kill in most situations. And one thing that makes it quite overpowered is that in CQC, you can get a 3-shot kill quite easily, and with the 3-shot kill, you can defeat a Fennec in close range. Here are the builds that we use for the Bison. The definition of aggressive SMG. It has great damages up to about 20 meters, overall mobility stats such as the sprint and strafe speed, the ADS time, the reload time, and even the race and drop time are super fast. This gun is meant to be used in close quarters only, and it performs very well in that area. Here's the gunsmith we use for it. If you struggle with the recoil or the flinch, you can try to switch the skeleton stock to a light stock. Feel free to use this build for the SX9. Once again, from this point forward, you might disagree with the order of the top 5 weapons, but that's fine because it all depends on your playstyle and preference. So as in the last season, we have the Fennec and the QQ9 as the 2 best CQC SMGs at this spot in the top 10 list. Even if they aren't really close in terms of stats, they both do the exact same thing. They destroy everything in close range fights. Both of these guns are really good at killing enemies quickly in close range, taking about 210 milliseconds for both of them. If you use the 10mm mag on the QQ9, it will take about 240 milliseconds for a 4-shot kill, which is still very fast. The Fennec is excellent at hip firing, and it's very consistent when shooting up close. Thanks to its super fast fire rate, you can miss a few shots and it won't be too punishing. On the other hand, the QQ9 is also consistent, dealing good damage and having a great hitbox. It can even potentially kill an enemy in just 3 shots, taking only 160 milliseconds if you use the 10mm mag. This makes it a powerful option for close range battle. Here are the builds we use for the Fennec and the QQ9. Kilo is still one of the best guns in the game, and because of the Krig 6, you can sometimes overlook this very good assault rifle. The Kilo has 33 meters of consistent 4-shot kill and about 55 meters of consistent 5-shot kill. It has a pretty decent mobility for that type of range capability. This gun never fails to surprise me every time I try to pick it up. It's such a good gun. Here's the gunsmith we use for the Kilo 141. Still the best LMG in the game, having air mobility with 30 meters of 4-shot kill and 62 meters of 5-shot kill. I'm gonna hit you with this list again to remind you why Holger never fell out of top 3 for a long time now. We decided to take the Cordite off the list because it wasn't used much, so it doesn't fit well in a top 10 video, but it's still a pretty good weapon. The CBR4 and the FFAR though are possibly the most used weapon in ranked. Both are incredibly good when it comes to close range engagement, up to about 20 meters, and after that the FFAR is better than the CBR4 but not as good as real ARs. But if the CBR4 is crazy for 0 to 20 meters, the FFAR in ranked is a weapon that you can use from 0 to 40 meters. Yes, I said that ARs will defeat you most of the time, but the FFAR can compete at those ranges. Here are the gunsmiths we recommend for these two weapons. The Krig 6 takes number 1 this season yet again. Even after the nerfs from the past seasons, it still proved dominant for a good while now. It's versatile, perfect for a flexible playstyle. I have to mention that yes, we don't see it much in competition, but in comp, the way the players choose their weapons is different and you don't need a super versatile weapon in competition since everyone has their role. Its ability to outgun opponents in close quarters combat, thanks to its potential 3-shot kills, and its effectiveness in medium range engagements, aided by both its damage output and minimal flinch, solidifies its position as the top tier weapon to use. Here are the builds for the Krig 6. Are you still using the Krig this season? Let us know down in the comments below. If you're getting bored of full auto weapons, why not try snipers this season? You can watch this video to master sniping in COD Mobile. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.